12 unforgivable British royal gaffes we can't forget. What did you say to a singer who has just performed for you? If you're the late Prince Philip, you might ask him, "What do you gargle with pebbles?" That's what he said to Tom Jones in 1969, and it's not the only time he insulted a celebrity. The late Duke of Edinburgh was famous for his rude and racist remarks, and he was not the only one in the royal family who made gaffes. Which other royal has a past of gaffes? Let's count down 12 of the most unforgivable British royal gaffes we can't forget. Number 12. Racist Comment Gaffes. The late Duke of Edinburgh sure had a way with words, but it seems like his sense of humor might have missed the mark a few times. On his trip to Commonwealth countries, he made some pretty interesting comments that weren't exactly well received. For instance, when the late Prince Philip met the president of Nigeria in 2003, who was dressed in traditional robes, he told him, "You look like you're ready for bed." Then, there was that time in 1994 when he visited the Cayman Islands and asked a group of businessmen, "Aren't most of you descended from pirates?" And who can forget his remark at a World Wildlife Fund meeting in 1986? "If it has 4 legs and it's not a chair, if it has got 2 wings and it flies but is not an airplane, and if it swims and is not a submarine, the Cantonese will eat it." Number 11. Nazi Costume Gaffe. In 2005, Prince Harry made quite the blunder by showing up at a Colonials and Natives costume bash dressed as a Nazi. This move landed him in hot water when the British tabloid The Sun published a snapshot of him sporting a swastika armband and a desert getup resembling the one worn by Erwin Rommel's German Afrika Korps. To add insult to injury, the timing couldn't have been worse. Just around the corner, the late Queen Elizabeth II was set to host an event for Holocaust survivors before representing the nation at the Holocaust Memorial Day national event. But when Prince Harry finally realized the gravity of his gaffe, he said, "I'm really sorry if I have caused any offense. It was a poor choice of costume, and I apologize." Seems like Prince Harry should have taken a page out of his brother's book. Prince William reportedly wore a DIY getup representing lions and leopards. Number 10. Very Rude Gaffe. Back in May 2016, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Beijing was singing praises about President Xi Jinping's UK trip, calling it a real winner. But at a garden party, the late Queen was caught on camera chatting with the Metropolitan Police Commander Lucy Dorsey, venting about the visiting Chinese officials being very rude to British Ambassador Barbara Woodward. Meanwhile, Dorsey said the officials were as undiplomatic as it gets, walking out at one point and calling the whole trip off. "Extraordinary," the late Queen said, and she wasn't talking about the tea and crumpets. Number 9. Prince Philip-style gaffe by another royal. In 2018, Prince William had a comical slip-up fit for a royally funny sitcom. While hanging out with kids at the opening of a Japanese cultural center in London, he made quite a blunder. As he was showing off his chopstick skills, Prince William asked the little ones, "Have you guys tried much Chinese food?" But quick as a flash, he caught himself and corrected, "Sorry, I mean Japanese." It was quite the blooper, but it seems like his hosts didn't even bat an eyelid as he cruised around the center with Japanese Deputy Prime Minister Taro Aso. Number 8. 3-timed gaffe. The Daily Mail spilled the tea from a new book called Royals in War, claiming that Duchess of Sussex Meghan dropped the bombshell news about her pregnancy at Princess Eugene and Jack Brooksbank's wedding in October 2018. The author claimed that the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, put her foot on it, with the royal reveal causing a stir among the royals and even her own husband. Now, the word on the street is that this move ruffled feathers, especially Eugene's and her mom, Sarah. However, while some sources at the time gossiped about the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, stealing the spotlight, others jumped in to defend the Duchess of Sussex, saying she didn't steal any thunder. Number 7. The Microphone Gaffe. In 2005, King Charles III found himself in an epic royal blunder. On a nice skiing trip in Switzerland with his sons, Prince Harry and Prince William, they agreed to have a quick chat with the press and then be left in peace. But things took a hilariously awkward turn. During the photo op, King Charles III let out a not-so-noble comment about a journalist, Nicholas Witchell, from the BBC. The poor guy had asked King Charles III how he felt about his upcoming wedding to Queen Consort Camilla, and King Charles III responded, "I'm very glad you heard of it anyway," accompanied by a half-smile that was more of a grimace. But then he muttered to his boys, "Bloody people, I can't bear that man. He's so awful. He really is." Clearly, King Charles III didn't realize the mics were on. But on the bright side, Prince William swooped in with some quick thinking and a bit of humor, making light of the awkward moment and brushing off his dad's not-so-charming comment. "As long as I don't lose the rings, I have one responsibility, and I'm bound to do something wrong," he joked. Number 6. Running out of cash gaff. During a visit to a market in Nairobi in November 2023, the Queen Consort found herself in a pickle when she realized she didn't have enough money to cover her shopping spree. Her Majesty was busy checking out the goodies at the Brook East Africa charity when she loaded up her basket with bling, blankets, cashew butter, and more. But when it came to pay up, she was short on cash for a blanket she liked. Thankfully, her trusty aide stepped in and took down the stall holder's info to settle the bill later. Number 5. Sandringham Christmas Gaff. The late Princess Diana had a right mishap during her first Sandringham Christmas with the royal family. As the Marie Claire magazine gossiped, Princess Diana unknowingly broke the royal gift rule by giving Princess Anne a fancy cashmere sweater, not realizing the tradition of eccentric presents. Even royal experts Angela Mollard and Zoe Burrell couldn't resist blaming King Charles III for not filling Princess Diana in on the gift gossip. Thankfully, Princess Diana nailed it the next year, giving Sarah, the Duchess of York, a leopard print bath mat. Number 4. Insulting a fan gaff. On Christmas Day in 2000, 75-year-old Mary Halfpenny poured her heart into making a stunning flower display for the Queen Mother. She waited outside a church on the Sandringham estate, hoping to hand it over. But instead of the Queen Mother, Princess Anne made a sour comment. What a ridiculous thing to do! Mary felt truly hurt by the princess's words and spoke out, saying it was a really hurtful thing to say. After all, she'd always received compliments from the Queen for her floral creations. As if that wasn't enough, Anne apparently urged her nieces, Princesses Beatrice and Eugene, to hurry up and discourage them from taking flowers from kind-hearted passers-by. Number 3. Death Gaff. In 2006, a 17-year-old Australian boy participated in the Duke of Edinburgh's adventure scheme, tragically passed away during an unsupervised trek. 3 years later, Aussie Reports quizzed Prince Edward about the incident. While he couldn't recall the exact details, he did mention how a British boy's death in 1956 had oddly drawn more young people to the program. Imagine that tragedy sparking interest in adventure. Number 2. Pengate Gaff. Shortly after becoming king, Charles III found himself in a sticky situation at Hillsborough Castle in 2022. As he signed the guest book, his pen decided to go rogue and leak all over the place. You could almost hear him mutter, "Oh God, I hate this. I can't bear this bloody thing." What they do every stinking time. So the media, being the dramatic bunch they are, promptly dubbed it Pengate. Number 1. Sexist Gaff. The late Prince Philip's attempts at flirting were, well, a bit cringe. When he chatted with fashion writer Serena French in 1993, he just had to ask, "You're not wearing mink knickers, are you?" Then in 2000, he met with a bunch of female Labour MPs at a palace party. When he noticed their name tags had Miss on them, he said, "Ah, so this is a feminist corner then." And that's a wrap. What's your take on these royal blunders? Share your thoughts below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing content. See you next time.